welcome again to Netanya, Israel, and the site of the 2019 Women's European Lacrosse Championship. The fourth full day of lacrosse gets going. The first of 5 games as Norway in the white on white takes on Latvia in the maroon on maroon. And we're underway at 8:20 local time with Anetta Ellingson controlling the opening draw. Good morning, I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Norway coming in 1-0. They took care of the Swiss in an impressive opening game for them 2 mornings ago, playing in the immense heat on Wednesday. This is game number 3 for Latvia. Latvia winners over Italy in one of the close games in the tournament, 10-7. They held off the Italians late before falling to a deep Netherlands team. And here are the Latvians. Druzjaka, and she on the approach sends that shot wide. Valeria Druzjaka among the leading scorers, along with Estere Urbanchika, the players to look out for the Latvians. And in goal, we'll see 2 different goalies. Kina Udegaard makes the start. She's a lefty goalie and a very big, strong, and aggressive presence in net. Throw back down to the crease. Quick stick intended inside. And Azenia Matievica wasn't able to connect on it. And here comes the clear for Norway. Norway especially cleared the ball quite well. Pass up ahead, and Vilka, the goalie for Latvia, as she runs into Maria, picks up a foul, and this is going to be in a tricky spot. It's a good read by Liga Vilka. She noticed Bergam was uncovered. So Bergam will have the opportunity to shoot at an empty cage. However, there's a Latvian defender back. Just underway, 15-minute running quarters except for the final 30 seconds, and on water breaks and coaches called timeouts. Bergam, a long time to look at the cage, and it in. So Maria Boya Bergam capitalizes on the free position. And a good start for Norway. The Norwegians under head coach, and wish a happy birthday to Charlotte Sterling, having her birthday 2 days ago here while in Israel. And her team handled the heat very well on one of the hottest days in the month of July in Israel. Difficult day to play lacrosse, and they played an 11 a.m. game. Draw control, Druzjaka. And Druzjaka off the face dodge, dumps it down low, and the shot missed. Matievica. The ground ball will come in to Kina Udegaard. Norway will alternate their goalies after every goal or after several minutes, unless Charlotte Sterling feels that her goaltender simply cannot be taken out because of how well they are playing. And that's mostly due to the heat and a chance to give her goalies a break. And she has great confidence, too, in Anetta Sjostrom, her backup goalie. Sjostrom is a righty. And Sigrid Nesgaard-Ruud, as she picks up the foul. Rather, because of the ball on the ground and the foul with the effective ride by the Latvians. Gretchen Lazda, born in central New York, now lives and works in Colorado. Urbanchika with the flag out, able to get the shot off. Save made there by Udegaard, and she throws a strike and an outlet to Tala Sulfjeld. Sulfjeld had a big game against the Swiss, and someone that loves to win, describes Charlotte Sterling, as the Norwegians will run some settled 6-on-6 offense in this opening quarter. Norway especially dazzled in the way that they cleared the ball and were able to dodge effectively against the Swiss. The Swiss put together a late push 2 days ago, but the Norwegians ultimately picking up the win. A loose ball inside, and collecting it is Tala Sulfjeld. Sulfjeld, arguably the most experienced player in this Norwegian team. And speed being her greatest strength, as Charlotte Sterling has a couple of terrific dodgers. Both teams similar in that case in the offensive end, that they have dodgers that are relentless and also very physical. So the 2-0 start for Norway. This is Anette Ellingsen to take the draw for the Norwegians against Yeva Opolska of Latvia. A starter on the attack. Agrita Owe. And back behind, Latvia to run some settled offense. Liapina and Urbanchika. And she is a do-it-all midfielder that the Latvians will not sub out much, along with Valeria Druziaka. These two programs met in April in a tournament in Riga, Latvia, known as the Paris of the North, where much of this Latvian team resides or in the surrounding area. And they played to 2 one-goal games, splitting those. So we could be in for a real treat between these two on the first game of 5. Urbanchika able to twirl around a very good midfield defense. Elizabeth Sur defending for the Norwegians. Druziaka, the rollback. She picks up the flag, continues, and the shot save made. Udegaard preventing the ball from potentially being backed up. She reached out across her body. That is a lefty goalie that made a very difficult backhand clean save. Franzen. And Milena Franzen will deal it back to the defense. Daniel Franzen. Solfjeld. 2-0 for Norway. Franzen to spread the field, drives on Druziaka and picks up shooting space immediately as Druziaka got caught a bit out of position. So we'll get the free position now in the left wing. Milena Franzen. 17 colleges play the sport of lacrosse in Norway. It's a good number in their development. Shot inside, Kelly Huang is denied. The challenge from Vilga. Liga Vilka has started all 3 games now for Latvia. The Latvians do have a talented 16-year-old goalie from Rochester, New York, Linda Nutere, with Latvian roots, that's very devoted to the sport and to this program. Good trail check. Rachel Lasda. She's able to come up with it. And then the ball dropped in the middle of the field and a chance to transition. Boya Bergam. And Boya Bergam makes the good decision. Out to Anette Ellingsen. Franzen. And her pass, good disruption by Yeva Vilka. The 2 sisters, one's a goalie and one a starter on the defense. And there's a nice pickup, Yeva Vilka. So the Latvians able to turn over the Norwegians again, and they'll play it back to the defense of Laura Baltmane. Swooping in, it's Batmane, and Batmane shoots. She's wiped out following the shot, and it'll be a free position from the angle. So the Latvians with Batmane, who generally starts in the midfield. She's a mother of a 3-year-old. And Batmane able to finish. And that little fake last moment, you may have noticed, very clever and slick. She had Udegaard bailing out down low, expecting a bouncer, and then able to calmly place it. So strong shooting there, and the fake did it for Baltmane. So Latvia, with Baltmane picking up her 2nd of this tournament. They're led by Druziaka, who has 5 goals. Draw control and a 3-on-3 outside the circle, and Sigrid Nestgaard Ruud. And she is a player in the middle of the field that specializes in ground balls. Boya Bergam, as she jostles with a couple of Latvian defenders. And Latvia will collect the ground ball, and then we'll get the easy foul. Tala Silfjeld with a jab in the back of the Latvian defender in Elina Ruperte. Several Latvian players have basketball backgrounds, such as Ruperte, before picking up the sport of lacrosse later on towards the start of college. Similar to the Norwegians, does not have anybody that picked up the sport in high school. Latvia does have a slight American presence with head coach Gretchen Lazda and then her younger sister Rachel and Linda Dutere. So they have two players that are based in the U.S. with Latvian roots. Settled back behind, Elina Tabura. As Tabura, with the ball on the ground, sore during the box out, is the one called for the foul. Under 5 minutes to go, and Latvia has made it a 2-1 game. They left possession in this opening quarter. We had late night here in Netanya as the Czech Republic played right up until midnight last night, and now the Latvians turn it over. Another game just gets played at 8:20 the very next morning. Now in goal is Aneta Sjustrom, so she came on following the last goal. Tina Shesul. In the middle of the field, Solfjeld. A trail check by Tabura, knocked it free. And Coach Gretchen Lazda hoping that her new ride that she's put in will be very effective today to disrupt the Norwegians. Kamila Obrenovic. And by the way, not just Charlotte Sterling, but while in Israel, Norway has celebrated 3 birthdays. Obrenovic with a birthday and Tala Silfjeld. No word on whether or not who went to pick up the cake. Well, they've had a good time here. Boya Bergam will be at the 8-meter. Norway 12-9 winners over Switzerland on Wednesday. And the shot by Boya Bergam is off target, and Vilka still able to reach for it before it got out of bounds, and the long outlet to sister Yeva Vilka. Vilka, a good double and slide by the Norwegians. Urbanchika ties the game at 2. Well, the Latvians are such good dodgers. Estere Urbanchika, an anesthesiologist back in Latvia, ties up the score. Well, in talking to Gretchen Lazda about her offense, and of course she is hoping to see the involvement of just a bit more cohesion and passing and moving the ball even quicker than the defense. But she has been blessed with such great dodgers that just show no fear. Two-all, Druziaka reaches over Ellingson. And we'll get a foul against Norway, the 3rd player in with a bump, so it's going to belong to Valeria Druziaka. Space for Tabura as she takes the shot wide. Short time for the Latvians, looking to take the lead with them to the 2nd. Final 30 seconds. And an offensive foul is called. Eugenia Matijevica was leaning into the defender. We have not seen much of that call because the arm was not extended. But in that case, the official One for the United States deemed that the shoulder, I believe, was lowered. So that cost the Latvians the final shot. So Kina Udegaard will start the clear, but that's it for the first quarter. Norway jumped out early. The Latvians responded. We're back with quarter number 2 for the Women's European Lacrosse Championship in Netanya, Israel. In the Norwegian program, Charlotte Sternum just says she is awesome. The first words out of her mouth to describe Annetta because of her effort level, 100% all the time, and how quickly she makes adjustments to her game anytime coach gives her constructive criticism. And she is constantly making subtle changes. So Norway back in front, and Ellingson to finish her second goal of the tournament. Along the restraining line, Kelly Huang. And Huang, she did step over. That's a very good call by the official. The left foot was over. So Huang was not able to hold her position. And the Latvians get back and start the clear. Norway today employing a zoned ride for the first time. Charlotte Sternum hoping this will cause some damage, but right down the middle, the clean pass, Baltmane will play it back to the defense. Rachel Lasda, as she gets in, and a yellow card, that late slash right at the line. Talis Jofeld, Norway's leading scorer, will have to sit. So it's the first yellow on Norway here in Israel. So it's a 6-on-5, 2-minute player up for the Latvians. There is a card accumulation. The fourth yellow card is an automatic sit-out. They're worth 2 points. You're allowed 8. Pick up and a loose ball in the crease is buried. Yeva Opolska found it after a deflecting pass, and we're tied at 3. Neither team has been able to get many assisted goals. Matter of fact, for Norway, in their opening game victory against the Swiss, Norway did not have an assist credited. And that was due to great one-on-one dodging and long runs to cage. A ground ball scooped up by Norway, or rather by Latvia. Opolska off the circle, and a quick restart. Tabora. Elena Tabora, so a one-time basketball player in her youth. Azenia Matievica. Druziaka. So the 6-on-5, the Latvians look for the equalizer. Urbanchika to the crease. There's the good look and the save right into the stick for Udegaard. So a missed opportunity there for the Latvians. Udegaard will look to start to clear. The Latvians still up a player. Can their ride be effective? Tina Sheshul, the most veteran defender the Norwegians have, as the ball carries across. Huang battles for it, and the ground ball will be collected by Latvia and Ruperte. Urbanchika. Estere, just 4 years old. She's played lacrosse for 5 years. Before that, ran track, played tennis, and she was on the national team for the 800 meters for Latvia. Someone that was in the mix to make the Olympic team. And for the European World Championships in that event. Matievica, so Urbanchika, someone that can run all day because she has run all day, the 800 meters. Feed to the crease, and again, Udegaard making the save. She stops Lasda. Down low it goes, but we get the late foul on the pass-off. As Krister, or check that rather, the foul outside will keep it for Latvia, and this shot is wide. Yeva Opolska, the shooter. Still a player up situation for a few more seconds. Latvia for their first lead. Opolska outside, and sweeping across. That time was Matievica. Another foul against Norway, who is trying to get out of this hole. So it will be a free position for Lasda, Rachel Lasda. Rachel Lasda, who played at Villanova University in Philadelphia, finishes. And how apropos, the younger sister of the head coach gives Latvia their first lead. It's a player-up goal on free position. And today is a particularly special day for the Lasdas. Rachel and Gretchen were joined by their first fan that is able to travel to support the team today, Mama Lasda. And she's made the trip from Central New York to support her 2 daughters. She's been over to Latvia several times for different tournaments to visit the country of her roots. As a ground ball controlled by Kamila Obradinovic. And in tight, a quick answer. Tala Silfeld, just after her yellow expired, Norway's leading scorer gets her second. 4 apiece. So Silfeld, among the tournament's leading scorers, that's her 7th goal in 2 games. And she buried 5 with her dodging against the Swiss. Outside the circle. Sigrid, Netsgaard Rud. Druziaka. The knockdown pass. Space for Lisa Haukus. And shooting space will be granted to Huang. Kelly Huang. A former cheerleader turned lacrosse player. At the top of the 8-meter. Norway back in front. The Norwegians 5, the Latvians 4. Huang with her second of this tournament. So Norway has shot the ball quite well on Liga Vilka. It's their first goal off a free position. So back and forth we go. We've been tied 3 times. Ellingsen vies for the ground ball for Norway. Will come up with it. Tina Westrom Shesul. And Shesul does well, reversing course off to Ellingsen. This is Elizabeth Volensur. And down the middle again, Norway effective on the clear. Fransen. Huang to dart out in front, but then drop the ball, and the Latvians collect the ground ball. Yeva Vilka will find the middle and some room for Liapina. Laura got it to Laura Baltmane. Urbanchika. Urbanchika says running is her passion, and to follow up the story, and she gets a chance to do a lot of that in this sport. And someone that looks like is always fresh. Final minute, first half. A good one here in Netanya, Israel. The Latvians 1-1, Norway 1-0 in Group B. Urbanchika looking to roll back. Ellingsen has that matchup. Throw back inside to the crease. Good defense there by Stina Bjones, forcing the turnover for Norway. Held by and Norway one clear from getting to the half with the lead. Udegaard and the Latvians now looking to apply their ride. Anniken Hemstad fired the pass through, off to Liga Vilka. Perhaps a chance to run for Baltmane. As Baltmane rolls back. 30-year-old midfielder Laura Baltmane. Valeria Druziaka might have gotten the final shot of the half. We'll see. And Valeria with the lefty drive. Druziaka, also 30-year-old. This is a jumping pass that carries across the crease. Swooping in, Latvia to keep it. Chance to dump it inside, and they do. That one's finished to tie the score up at 5. Just before the half, Laura Liapina. So Liapina, just in the final seconds. Our 4th tie, with the two teams playing a pair of 1-goal games in April in Latvia, and looks like we are slated for another good finish. Halftime of game 1 of 5 from the 4th day of the Women's European Lacrosse Championship will step out for 15 minutes from the timer. Well, it's hard to tell. There is no visible clock, but it appears that may have just been a timeout. So we return what would be the final seconds of the second quarter. So we are still tied at 5. The Norway-Latvia goal counted. And yellow card issued against the Latvians here late. Against Yeva Vilka. So perhaps one more look for Norway. Boya Bergam darting through, and Liga Vilka denies her. A good look and shooting high off stick side, or to the stick side, and Liga was able to handle it. Baltman. Back at a goal for Elena Tabura. So I believe the last time out was a water break. I did not notice a signal towards the coach. And now we get the announcement of 2 minutes remaining in the first half. So that's where we stand. Vilka. And the Norwegian causing some havoc. A foul against Latvia. So it will be Huang. Tina Seychul, as she fed the crease, she had a cutter. But the ground ball collected Huang. Opportunity there for Ruperte to grab it, and Norway will keep it. Sigrid Neskor will remain on, play some offense for the first time. In tight, the shot missed. Tala Sjulfeld. She's got 2 goals for the Norwegians in this opening half. The Norwegians continue with the backup. Obranovic, a feed into the crease. Lasda able to break the play up, but it will be a free position for Tala Sjulfeld. So we should be inside the final minute. They'll place Sjulfeld outside the 8-meter. Then she fires. She got a good look. And we have an injured Latvian player. And that appears to be, yes it does, Rachel Lasda. Could not tell what happened, or if it was Sjulfeld on the shot, maybe her follow-through or her body stepping into Lasda. So the Norwegians will keep it with about a half minute to go. Down to the crease it comes. The sweep across, and the finish for Nestgard Ruud, showing great patience. So Norway does grab the lead late. And for Nestgard Ruud, she's rewarded. That's her first goal of this tournament. She does so much work, the dirty work, in the middle of the field. And she gets some time to run on the second midfield for Charlotte Sterling. And the draw control, and there is Nestgard Ruud. As she came inside the 8-meter, the good knockaway from behind by Yeva Vilka gives Latvia the ball back, and that now officially We've been tied 4 times, but it's Norway 6 and Latvia 5 with the third quarter underway. And the first game out of 5 this morning from the Tanya Israel, white on white for Norway, and maroon over maroon for the Latvians. Latvia at 1-1, Norway 1-0. Maria Boya Bergum, and then Anette Ellingsen. On this hot morning with the temperatures continuing to rise, still with an 8:20 local time start. Wang, the isolation, able to speed past a double, and then the flag was out, but she still got the shot off. Great quickness from Kelly Wang. Norway had backup. Wang actually, I think, backed up the ball herself. Franzen off the sick fake. Ellingsen. With Latvia remaining in a man-to-man. Ellingsen the rollback. Druziaka able to stay with her. The reset for the Norwegians. Game's been predicated on getting high percentage shots. No assisted goals so far. 2 on free position. One of them was by Rachel Lasda of Latvia. So it's been all about dodging and finishing. Feed to the front, and the save is made. Linda Nutere. Just finished up her sophomore year, growing up in Rochester, New York, but she is a talented lefty goalie that's very devoted to this sport, and she's going to get some time here in the second half. Coach Gretchen Lasda has not been afraid to go to Linda, as Linda has played now in all 3 games for the Latvians. But the clear starter has been Liga Vilka. Perhaps we'll see Liga again in the fourth quarter. Eugenia Matievica did a jumping shot inside, wave it off. Offensive foul called for the second time. So that's both times that has been called against the Latvians, Yeva Opolska. Also, the third quarter begins with Kina Udegaard in net again for Norway. She has gone back and forth with Anetta Strum due to the heat, and it's been working for Charlotte Starlin, trying to get to 2-0. Ellingsen, good stick fake, creates separation. Anetta Ellingsen. And Latvia back by 2 for the second time. Ellingsen, and the very good stick fake got Balmane a bit off balance, and that's all it needed to create the separation for the face dodge. So Latvia will need to rally again. They've tied the game up at 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nestgaard Rudd. Foul against Nestgaard Rudd. And she came over the back against the Latvian defender that was in good position. Rebecca Koroyonka, or Koroyonoka, I should say. Koroyonoka, he's able to get the clear. She'll get some time in the midfield on this very hot morning. The Latvian midfield, particularly Urbanchika and Druziaka, they get a lot of time. And it's a very long and draining tournament that will go until Thursday, July 26th. A takeaway, or rather attempted takeaway, but Matjevica was able to preserve possession. And back behind Tabora. Alina Tabora. Matjevica, who works as a police officer in Latvia. Down to the crease, Tabora able to turn, and the shot was blocked. Outstanding defending, matching sticks for Norway. That's Elizabeth Sur taking a strong shooting chance away. And up ahead, Solfjeld. She's got two, so does Ellingson. Tala Solfjeld. And into safety for Boya Bergum. 7-5 Norway. To her left hand and a bouncing shot. Sjofeld has three. Sjofeld attacking Alina Ruperte. Very late slide. Tala Sjofeld continues to have a strong tournament. She is up to 8 goals to lead Norway. Mentioning her speed and just how much Charlotte Sterling says she wants to win, not just her experience, but the fire that she plays with. 8-5 in the third quarter for Norway. Fransen, the draw control back, to be honest. Shesul. And can Latvia be effective in the ride? The zone ride that extends, they have 6 players essentially at the midfield line and above. And this is a shanked pass, and Urbanchika able to come down with it. Can Latvia get something in transition? Druziaka could not provide it. Somehow, Udegaard made the save, the recovery, Tabora, and now somehow stayed out. Druziaka again in the Latvians. A skip pass to the middle. Urbanchika. Outside off the face dodge. And then being jammed up was Nicole Petroviskis. And finally, Norway will spread the field. 2 great chances for the Latvians as their ride forced Norway backwards. So Udegaard to slow things down. Anniken Hemstad will fire the pass downfield for Solfjeld. Obranovic. Kamila Obranovic also works as a teacher and coaches one of the 17 Norwegian college teams that plays. She has among the most experience on the team, 21 in white. A foul against Druziaka. Free position here for Annika Hemstad. As Hemstad waits. By the way, it's going to be a big day coming up in September. Annika is going to marry the face-off man from the Norwegian men's national team. So they fell in love with lacrosse and each other. Flag is out. Hemstad, and now a card is going to be issued. A yellow after the foul against Latvia. They get Nesia Kalnina, starting defender on the crease. Second yellow of the game for Latvia. So it'll be a 6-on-5 with Hempstad against the high school in Nutere. Nutere, a lefty goalie and a multi-sport athlete, comes from a family of skiing and volleyball, used to play ice hockey and a figure skater. Ruperte, and the ride by Huang was right in her face. And she goes back in the States as Linda Nutter. Here it translates in Latvia to Nutere. Now our officials blowing the whistle for a conversation. This is going to be a man down clear attempted for Latvia. Urbanchika, as we're down to the final 5 minutes of the third. Norway has gotten both goals. Druziaka. And they won't be afraid to play it back to Nutere. And Norway backing off here. They are not pressuring or riding the goalie, despite being player up for another minute. So Nutere can just hold it for a while. And then Urbanchika, that's been a trend in these European Championships. Teams up a player, playing defense. They have not used that much to their advantage. They have not trapped, and the theory is that they have not tried to create more offense for the opposition and get themselves caught or pick up fouls themselves. Urbanchika and now Huang for Druziaka. They're getting ready to release the defender Kalnina. And Latvia, a very calm, clear down a player. Tabora, offensive foul called again 3 times against Latvia today. And it's been elbows or shoulders. It has not been the warding off call. And the Norwegian defenders have been in the face and very much up on the Latvian players. They've been in position to draw those calls. Here is Huang. So still some seconds remaining on this player up 6-on-5. And now as I count them up, we are all even. So no shots for Norway, but they sit on an 8-5 lead late third quarter. Latvia will be back in action tomorrow. They'll get a day and a half off, or I should say at least a half day off, because they'll take on Switzerland as the last game on Saturday, 10:20 local time at the earliest. Sweep across there by Franzen. So Latvia will get a chance to get out of the heat. Franzen! Wave off the shot, good look. But the foul came on the pass off. Kamila Obranovic. So that works out for the Latvians. And that would have been the first assisted goal of this game. Obranovic stands about 2 yards off the 8.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
As dodging through is Franzen, and she took it into traffic and turns it over. Latvia with Nutere. And the slash on Nutere is going to lead to a yellow card against Franzen. So here's the opportunity for the Latvians. Second yellow now against Norway. Yeva Vilka. So the Latvians accomplished the clear. And now an important 6-on-5 begins with nearly the full time. Look at a dive through, and that's a tough fit. Offensive foul again, the fourth time. Yeva Vilka tried to jump through and around Udegaard. And the Latvian players, as I've talked about, they are fearless dodgers. And this did not get them into trouble the first two games. Today it has. And as with any tournament, the officials can catch on. Opposing coaches may make notes to officials prior to games. And in this case, the Latvians turned it over 4 times there at key junctures. 30 seconds remaining, third quarter. Up next, the Netherlands and Italy. The Netherlands, they've looked really good with fantastic depth. Silfeld. And Nutere came out to challenge. She stepped to the top of the crease, unsettled. Huang shooting. Nutere the save. At the buzzer, 16-year-old Linda Nutere for Latvia keeps it a 3-goal lead at 8-5 as we head to the fourth. Norway looking to move to 2-0 in the tournament when we return to Netanya. So the fourth quarter begins. Ralph Pinarchik joining you from Netanya, Israel. Steffi Samaras will rejoin me at some point today. Game number 2 will follow as the Netherlands and Italy already getting ready on the side. Valeria Druziaka for Latvia. And the Latvians were able to tie up the score 4 separate times, but they've been shut out in the second half. Baltmane, this was the tail end of a player-up situation before the yellow card expired. 2 yellows have been picked up by the Norwegians, but 4 charges by the Latvians has been among the trends, as well as the dodging ability from the wings by the top Norwegian players, Solfeld and Ellingsen. Baltmane, and they've gotten a good game in cage again from Kina Udegaard, who has been the primary goalie today. She alternated, I think, on one possession with Aneta Sjustrom. But Udegaard has proven she could stay in there. Urbanchika, she's able to turn the corner. However, they wave it off because she followed through and stepped in the crease. And Latvia has not been able to catch a break. Bionis gets it ahead, but the ball knocked down by Baltmane, and the Latvian ride gets the job done. As they proceed ahead, Matievica with a bit unsettled as she goes high, and Udegaard again slams the door shut. Rudely, I might add, as she outlets ahead for McGrory. And Christina McGrory is fouled. So the Norwegians to transition. As McGrory will take it back behind. Still plenty of time for Latvia with Hwang. But the Latvians have not been able to change levels on their shots. And Udegaard has gotten very comfortable. Yeah, Norway has been solid in the 6-on-6, limiting their turnovers. Ellingsen, or rather, Aneta Ellingsen, I should say. Franzen, the drop-off too high for Hwang. And Franzen knew it. That was wide open for an assist. And her pass sailed on her. She was very much under control, and Malena upset with herself. Yeva Vilka. Tomorrow night will be a very big night in the Vilka household. The 2 sisters, along with younger sister Una, who is a basketball player, who plays with Yeva. Inside the shot, that could not be dropped in by Matievica, but then did it the outside of cage of the follow-up, and Udegaard has it. The Vilka family that I told the story on our broadcast, they own a bar called Pieci Vilki, which means 5 wolves in Latvian, and the bar will have their game, which will be shown in prime time against Switzerland in the bar. So a special night, Pieci Vilki, meaning the 5 wolves in the family, 3 sisters, mom and dad. Rachel Lasda was fouled. So that'll be on in prime time. And the push ahead by the Latvians. Opolska, throwback, she had it, and it will be settled, and it rolls in! Perhaps the break. Hold on a moment. It will count. 8-6 the score. We'll wait for the announcement. There's the break the Latvians have been waiting for. Udegaard, and I believe that the Norwegian defender shoveled it along to her goaltender, intending to put it into her stick, but Udegaard was not square to the ball. It's going to be an own goal, the second of this tournament. No announcement on any goal scorer, just too difficult to tell, and frankly nobody close enough for Latvia, as we'll get the foul now against Norway. So the opportunity for the Latvians, they are by far the smallest country in population competing in this European Championship. Lasda And she's going to go to the 8-meter. Rachel Lasda, a state champion at New York State Power West Genesee. And now a multiple-time state champion as a high school coach in New Jersey. Both played with her sister for Team Latvia in 2013 at the World Cup. Rachel Lasda taking the shot. That's off the stick of Udegaard. And this time it will go down to her stick. Does Latvia have the energy for a comeback? For this country, located just east of the Baltic Sea, just north of Lithuania and Poland. Room down low, Huang. Nutere out of cage. And Nutere could not scoop it cleanly. Meskarrud. Second chance for the Norwegians. 6-5 Norway. They have never trailed. McGrory outside. And the Latvians, can they press out against some of the Norwegian attacking players? And here is a moving screen against Norway. So a rare unforced turnover as Druziaka pushes. She's got Sabura. Elina Sabura. And the high shot again. Save made by Udegaard. And as the Latvians develop, their offhands will be their primary area of growth, or one of them. Sabura kept it with the right hand. Latvian shooters have favored their strong hand. It's made Udegaard, who does not back down even for a little bit. As Charlotte Sterling described her, she is very tough and is not afraid of the ball. Lisa Haukas, fresh legs off the bench for the Norway. Eight to 6 in the fourth quarter. They have not made a time announcement in a while. Huang. Room for Haukas. Recovery by Urbanchika. A gamble there defensively, sweeping it across. Nutere making the save with the stick. McGrory, again, there's the advantage of being a left-handed goalie. McGrory faced up and put it right into Nutere. She is the one fouled. Baltmane. Through Wong. Flip pass. And the foul on the back of the arm by Lisa Enya Haukas. So Latvia, what a big goal that was, the own goal. They have still yet to finish, though, in the second half, as Udegaard has not been fooled by anything. For the Latvians, they've been able to get to the front of the cage. That has not been the issue. But the Norwegians have also avoided fouling and keeping the Latvians off the 8-meter, something the Latvians in their first two games, or especially in their opener against Italy. Druziaka trying to use a screen. Druziaka, the face dodge. Here's the chance. She's got it. Valeria Druziaka. A goal a long time coming for the Latvians. It's 8-7. Druziaka is able to weave her way through. 7 with a water break on the field. What a finish in this first game of day 4 to come. Valeria Druziaka with her first goal of the game and 6th of this European Championship. Worth mentioning again, her life motto is go harder, go harder. She plays that way, essentially never leaving the field as Milena Fransen has the draw control for Norway. And Druziaka, someone that personifies this midfield of Latvia that seemingly never stops. And we're inside the final 5 minutes. What could be the first one-goal game of these European Championships. The two squads played in April in Latvia twice, both one-goal games. Each team won a game. Fransen down to McGrory. Latvia will keep their high school goalie Linda Nuteri in there for these crunch time moments of a fourth quarter in a European Championship, thousands of miles away from home. Sofield, a patient possession out of the water break. As they work the ball around. A man-to-man defense for Latvia. They have not shown any zone. And Baltmane had to reach out just as Anniken Hemstad got a step. Hemstad to the 8-meter. Hemstad, a good look. Nuteri reached low. Boya Bergam the save, or rather the pickup, and then she beats Nuteri. Little bit of traffic. Patient finish for Maria Boya Bergam. Norway back by 2. Nuteri made the initial save on the free position. The collapsing defense could not find the loose ball. So Boya Bergam with her first 2 goals of this European Championship. She's more of a stabilizer of the attack. And here, Obrenovic is fouled as she was able to jump over the Latvian player on the draw control. An errant ball, and then unnecessarily Nensia Kalnina essentially tackling down the Norwegian player. Final 2 minutes. A drop off back behind. How will Norway handle this? We'll keep an eye on Nuteri, whether or not she will come out the cage to potentially double the ball or guard adjacent. Sofield, ball on the ground. The opportunity for Latvia, and it's Urbanchika. And Urbanchika, can she get one in transition? She pushes, a drop off. Tabora, jumping opportunity, save made. And Udegaard lets everybody know she's got it. With her fist pumped up in the air, Kina Udegaard realizes a victory is just a minute away for the Norwegians.
1 minute.
Tabora again, forcing it with her right hand, tried to go high to low, but Udegaard has been reading that shot from the Latvians. And Norway, who's been so composed during the clear. Udegaard now teasing the Latvians as she shovels it along. Fortina Westrom, Shesul. Pass ahead, that's read well by Lasda. As Lasda tried to shovel it out, it's going to belong to Norway. 9-7 Norway. They have had to fight off the Latvians several times. They are one clear away as Kelly Huang will get the foul. That'll be a stoppage with under 30 seconds. The Latvians need a quick look. Opolska. Opolska firing the shot. Udegaard again. One more save for posterity. Kina Udegaard and Norway celebrate a satisfying win over Latvia. The Norwegians mobbed their keeper that stood very tall and then led the celebration. Norway improves to 2-0 in this tournament out of Group B. The heat has not bothered the team from the Nordic land. Tomorrow, Norway will take on Italy in a very winnable game, and then a showdown with the Netherlands that could decide Group B and seeding for the knockout round. 9-7 is the finish. Maria Boya Bergam, a decisive goal to make it 9-7. Norway's defense excellent. They allow just one goal off the stick of a Latvian player, Druzjaka, in the fourth quarter. They did allow an own goal, but they were excellent in the second half defensively. 2 goals from Tala Silfeld among the offensive leaders again for Norway. 9-7 is the final. I'll rejoin you in about 40 minutes to bring you the next game, Game 2, on day number 4. The Netherlands and Italy getting set to go when official start time of 10:20, give or so 40 minutes from now. Until then, my name is Ralph B. Norchik saying goodbye from the Tanya.